See you. I hope you're having a good day. We're going to be giving you updates on the hour right on through up to the 5 o'clock news. So, of course, at 2 o'clock, 3, 4, then the 5 o'clock news. And then, of course, once we get done with the evening news, be sure to tune in at 7, 8, 9, leading up to the 10 o'clock news. So we want to make sure you're up to date on what's happening in our area. And, of course, on the AccuWeather channel, you can tune in 24/7 for updates. Now, as far as what we've got going on right now, a little bit of light snow. And if you were with me last night at 10 and 10:30, we kind of hinted at this. We said that the opportunity for a bit of light snow or flurry is going to be around through the morning and leading up to the storm itself. And we had been saying that the snow, steadier snow, would start to develop after 2. We were saying mid-afternoon into the early evening hours. That continues to look on track. This was just kind of a bit of snow out in front. The steadiest and heaviest snow is still well back. The storm is still well to our west and southwest, and we're going to see a secondary form, which is now off the coast of Florida. That'll make its way up the eastern seaboard. We'll see that secondary form later on. So the heaviest and steadiest precipitation will be moving in, but it won't be till later on tonight and then into the overnight into your Wednesday. So that's what we're talking about right now. Winter storm warning, all counties. That'll continue into Wednesday evening. This is not going to be kind of a fast-moving event and it's out of here. It looks like at least we should be affected right on through at least Wednesday afternoon and possibly into the evening hours. Travel certainly expected to deteriorate, especially as we get into the evening and overnight hours. So that's something we're going to continue, which is why I wanted to give you updates every hour on the hour. As far as the Doppler radar, you'll easily see here over the last 12 hours, that an initial precipitation. Initially, a lot of it didn't even make it to the ground, but you can clearly see there is a good amount of snow here back, more moderate back in western Pennsylvania. What's happening throughout eastern Pennsylvania, western New Jersey right now, just some intermittent light snow. That's generally what we're going to be expecting here, or flurries. At times, it made skies even brightening a bit, some drier air trying to infiltrate the area. But again, the heaviest and steadiest snow still well back to our south and west. We'll keep keeping a very, very close eye on it. Here's the past 6 hours. You can see some of these darker shades of blue, obviously making it to the ground. On the grassy surfaces, there's a little bit of a dusting, a little bit of a covering. Many roadways generally wet, even though the temperatures are below freezing. So you do want to look out for some slippery spots. And you can still see, again, in and around the area. So we're going to call for, as we move throughout the evening hours, some intermittent light snow, at least for the next couple of hours before we start to pick up in intensity. We'll see this storm start to approach the area. And by the time it's all said and done, Pocono's clearly higher elevation is going to be talking about 8 to 12 inches. Some places up along the Pennsylvania-New York border could be talking about even more than that. For the rest of us, I think general swath of 4 to 8 inches. We continue to talk about a mix or change to sleet and maybe some freezing rain that's going to occur sometime after 10, 11 o'clock or midnight, somewhere in that ballpark. And then we could have an extended period of sleet. And that's going to hold, that would certainly hold the accumulation amounts down. Further south you go in our viewing area, 2 to 4 from Philly on south, could see just an inch or two of, and there, I'll tell you, the southern parts of our area have a pretty significant concern of significant icing, where rather than seeing sleet, that change over to sleet may just go to some freezing rain. So we're going to have to watch this very carefully. Either way you look at it, this is just a taste of what's to come. This is way out in front of the storm. The storm is going to continue to develop as we get into the mid to late afternoon. We'll see that intensity pick up, and we're going to be talking about a significant winter storm, which was why the winter storm warning is in effect through Wednesday evening. So stay with us. Updates again on the hour, right on through up to the 5 o'clock news, then right on through up to the 10 o'clock news, and of course always seeing updates on the AccuWeather channel. Have yourself a good afternoon. Be safe out there. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. As you know, we've been talking about this snow, ice, sleet, messy event that continues to make its way towards our area. Now, what we've experienced so far today, if you're with me last night at 10 o'clock, we told you just a bit of light snow or flurries, and that's just a taste, just out in front of the storm itself, which is still well back to the south and west. In fact, that storm continues to be, well away, a number of states back to our southwest. We've got a while before that actually gets going here. That'll curl up towards the Tennessee Valley. Secondary storm will form off the coast of, probably off Cape Hatteras, and then we'll see that start to really take off. In fact, that right now, that kind of impulse is down off the coast of Florida as it makes its way up. That's probably going to become the primary low as it hands off the energy from what is now the main low area of low pressure, again, way back here to our south and west. As it starts to really develop and all come together, we are seeing, again, just a bit of light intermittent snow or flurries here through the afternoon hours, and I think we'll see that start to develop and really pick up in intensity as the afternoon wears on. Last night, if you were with us, we were saying mid-afternoon into the early evening hours when we expected the steadiest precipitation to arrive. And so what we just got so far is just a tiny bit, just a little bit, a taste of what's to come. But certainly the heaviest precipitation will be tonight during the overnight and into your Wednesday. And it looks like we're going to be snow and then to what could be an extended period of sleet later tonight, probably developing after maybe 11 or midnight, and then back to some snow. But at this point in time, forecasting that narrow band, very, very tricky call of where that sleet and freezing rain sets up. But it looks like a good part of our area is going to get an extended period of sleet. There's a winter storm warning, all counties in our area until Wednesday evening. Of course, travel conditions, although not bad now, will deteriorate into the evening hours. Look at this. You can clearly see the center of the storm right now, the primary low here. There's an impulse off the Florida coast, and what will happen is that comes up. That should hand off the energy off the coast of Cape Hatteras, and that'll really start to move off to the north and east, and that storm will really intensify and strengthen. But so what you got right now is we're just on the fringe here, seeing some of that light and intermittent snow. We are seeing evidence now that precipitation back to our south and east is starting to fill in some of these holes, and if that trend continues, we'll start to see things picking up as we move throughout the later on this afternoon. But that's why we want to be here to give you updates on the hour. We'll do this right up till 5 o'clock. Of course, once our news is over at 6:30, we'll continue 7, 8, 9, leading us right up to the 10 o'clock news. And here's the deal. We'll be giving you updates, of course, right on through the overnight, and again, fresh updates every 15 minutes on the AccuWeather channel. And then, of course, right on into the morning hours all day. And we'll be here for you. So please stay with us. Of course, all of our newscasts here on WFMZ 69 News and, of course, over on the AccuWeather channel 24/7. Here's the way the past 6 hours have looked. Again, a lot of this wasn't even making it to the ground. Some of it did, just in the form of some light snow coating many grassy surfaces and some sidewalks. But you can see here over the past 6 hours, and I think what we expect here for the next few hours, just some intermittent light snow, but again, that will pick up in intensity. You can see this band right now here through the center of Berks County, stretching back down through southern Lehigh County. But there's still some breaks in the activity. And again, this is just kind of a light prelude of what's going to be coming and developing here as we get into the late night hours. So we'll see this primary low make its way, towards the Ohio-Tennessee Valley, and then eventually hand its energy off to what will become the main low. And again, that's right now just a ripple off the Florida coast. That should really hand off its energy and see that really pick up in intensity. And we're going to be talking about a real messy situation. Just some keys to the storm: warmer air moving in aloft. That's going to really give us and change us from snow over to sleet. We expect that changeover to occur sometime around midnight. Now, here's the deal. The later that occurs, the higher the accumulation totals. The earlier that occurs, we'll be seeing probably lesser amounts. But we do expect to go from snow back to mix and sleet and then back to snow again sometime later tomorrow. Of course, timing is everything that will determine accumulations. Right now, Poconos, northern parts of our area, 8 to 12 inches. Northern Berks, Lehigh Valley area, we expect 4 to 8 inches of snow and ice accumulations, and 2 to 4 inches Bucks, Montgomery, Chester, where we could see some significant ice accumulation in the southern half of our viewing area, especially if we go from sleet to freezing rain or a mix. Philadelphia on south could just get 1 or 2 inches of just mess. And so we expected travel conditions to really deteriorate and head downhill. But again, we'll be here giving you updates and just letting you know the very latest model information. And when you got a situation like this, what we call nowcasting is critical. Taking a look at the satellite, the radar, sharing that information with you to see exactly what's happening, how this is evolving, where that and how that temperature profile in our atmosphere, the temperatures not just here at the surface, because we're going to be below freezing right on through into the weekend, but what is the air above us doing? And that's where we expect that slot of warmer air to mix in to change us from snow to sleet. So we expect that steadier snow to start developing again as we progress throughout the late afternoon into the early hours. And again, we want you to stay with us for all of the updates that we have here on FMZ 69 News and, of course, on the AccuWeather channel. We'll see you in a bit.